bilateral relationship. There's nothing bilateral about the relationship. When they come into when the Chinese nationals on ground come, they never learn your local language. You never hear them learn Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa. Rather, they will force you to learn Mandarin. So with China all up in our faces, there are 5 dark truths we need to know about China, because we're literally walking into the lion's den. Now, this dark truth doesn't take away from the facts or the good things about China, which is their people, I'm sure, are very industrious and hardworking. I'm sure you have a lot of wonderful, caring, and beautiful people in China, most definitely, like every country. We cannot generalize about everybody. But there are 5 dark truths Africans must know. Number 1, many Chinese people it's not just racism, they think you're animals. Chinese people literally see black people as closer to animals than human beings. So on the good side, when you see the good ones, they stare at you, and they want to touch your hair, and they take pictures of you, like you're an animal in a zoo. They just take pictures without permission. But on the flip side, they hold up their noses when you walk past because they think you stink. The elevator doors will keep shutting on your faces because no one wants to share an elevator with you, and nobody wants to get into an elevator when you're there. And to make matters worse, when you're in a crowded train couch, you might find yourself sitting alone because nobody really wants to associate with you. So it's that sort of racial superiority that existed during the civil rights movement, or maybe like in apartheid South Africa. And they bring such attitudes when they come to open shop in Africa. That's why you keep hearing about low wage rates and Africans being treated like slaves in the workplace, especially when they are working for the Chinese people. 2010 in Zambia, Chinese managers in a mine opened fire on Zambian workers. They actually opened fire on them because they complained about poor working conditions and low wages. Imagine the audacity. In Kenya, sometime 2015, they wanted to open a no black restaurants and hotels, so no blacks allowed, just Chinese. They also tried that in Nigeria, where they wanted to where they rejected blacks into their restaurants. They didn't want blacks to come to their restaurants, Chinese only. On both occasions, of course, it failed. So it just shows you that that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with extreme racism, where they think you're less of a person and more of an animal.
The Chinese are capable of delivering 3 types of qualities of the things they do. Quality number 1, they take to the United States of America and Europe. Quality number 2, they take to their fellow Asian countries, including India. Quality number 3, which is at the very bottom, they dump in Africa, and the Africans consume them gleefully.
Of course, why is it that made in China in Nigeria is almost synonymous with fake? Because anytime you say this is made in China, equals fake. It's just because they've not given us the benefit of doubt that we have a middle class and an upper middle class that might actually like good quality. They just assume everybody is poor and broke and hungry, so they have to give us the poorest and the weakest quality of them all. That's just what it is. Okay, so how come when you buy made in the US or made in Europe, it's a better quality, but it's still made in China? Some might argue you get what you pay for, but give us the benefit of doubt and send us good quality and see what happens, okay? And, there is also this issue that now that the Chinese are coming into Africa and they are building roads and bridges and all of that, so who is going to be doing quality control with regards to the quality of the roads and the bridges and the stuff they are building? Who is going to be doing quality control with all those Chinese people who bring in their stuff to work in Nigeria? Or work in Africa? Who is going to do the quality control? You see where we have a problem. So the third point is that China is exploitative. And when I mean China is exploitative, I actually mean they will exploit you in every dimension. They will try to exploit you by taking your assets when you're signing a business deals. They did the same thing to another Asian country, Sri Lanka, and ended up taking their seaports. And they're doing the same thing in Africa. Like Zambia has lost many of their assets to China. You know, so when they're signing business deals with you, they'll try to exploit you by trying to make you sign away your minerals, or try to make you sign away a raw material, or try to make you sign away something very, very important in the country, you know, to them. They will exploit you on the ground. You know, all those Chinese nationals, they will make sure they don't integrate. I don't know if you understand. So all that stuff about bilateral relationship, there's nothing bilateral about the relationship. When they come into when the Chinese nationals on ground come, they never learn your local language. You never hear them learn Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa. Rather, they will force you to learn Mandarin. So they will exploit you by forcing you to learn their language. And when you don't learn their language, you remain a low-level worker. You remain a low-level staff. You'll be doing maybe cleaning or digging or odd jobs. You don't do any serious job. Any serious managerial supervisory role, they will import all their Chinese staff to do it. They import their staff for serious roles. They import all the raw materials they use. They import their machineries. They don't use local resources. And that's the reason why, in spite of the Chinese being around, the only people who benefit from them is the Chinese. For the people around, they only do odd jobs and menial jobs. And that's just it. So China is very exploitative. That's number 3.
So you are punishing me because I'm...
Everyone, every Kenyan, even Anna, this is all the Kenyans, like a monkey. Even Uhuru, Kenyatta, all of them.
It's like a monkey?
Yeah, sure.
The president of this country?
Yeah, sure. You can go to court and tell me. Black here, like a monkey people. I don't like talk with them. Smell is bad, and poor, and foolish, and black. Who like them? Why not the right people, like the American?
Then why are you coming to do business in Kenya if we are poor, we are black, for money? Why is it that you need our money?
Money is important.
Money is important.
Sure. Why not?
But why don't you go and look for money from the fellow whites? Why are you coming to Africa, where like specifically Kenya? We are black, we are poor.
This is for others.
Why are you coming for our money? If we are poor, why don't you give us the bikes for free?
So the point 4 and 5 will make you, you know, it will make your blood go cold. You know, the details become really disturbing, and will make you realize that when we're dealing with China, we need to dine with a very long spoon, this long. You know, so because I want to give you all the facts and all the juices and all the details, I am going to put that as a sequel to this video, so that I'll call that part 2. Link in the description box to watch the part 2 of this. Is action packed and really, really juicy. If you like videos like this, subscribe to my channel. I like to have an opinion, and I like to just do fun stuff, and I also like to cook. So you're going to also be seeing a lot of recipes, and sometimes you're also going to see vlogs behind the scenes, me and my family and stuff like that. Not all the time though, because I can be very private as well. My name is Chizoba Adiola. I'm a Nigerian and I live in South Africa. And thank you for stopping by. I put out new videos every week.